Okay, good morning, Year 10. So today we are going to talk about return on investment and risk assessment in your global business, and for the business that you're currently working on. You will need to include the return on investment and risk assessment for your business in your pitch. Okay. Let's go on to next slide. So what is actually a return on investment? So return on investment, you can also call it as ROI. Okay, that's the abbreviation, means the gain or loss generated on an investment. Okay, now when you're looking at investing some money in your business, you need to be having some return on your investment. Okay, now if your business is not generating any ROI, then the business is not worth it. Okay, so you need to be running a business that generates profit and eventually has a return on investment. Okay, now it is always calculated in percentage, so I'll give you the formula in the next slide and show you how to actually calculate that. Now why would you calculate ROI? So the reason you calculate ROI is for the financial decisions that you would like to make for your business. Okay, to see how much your company is making the profit. Okay, and you need to be able to compare to different investments that you're making. Okay, so you need to make sure that there is actually a return on investment on the money you're actually investing into your business. Now how do you calculate ROI? The formula for this is net profit divided by cost of investment into net. Sorry, that's my son. So ROI is net profit divided by cost of investment times 100. Okay, now net profit is the actual profit with all expenses removed. Okay, so now there is net profit and gross profit. So gross profit is the profit you earn before you actually pay any taxes. Okay, but your net profit is something that you earn after you've paid all your taxes. So this is your actual profit from any business. Okay, so you need to include your net profit divided by the cost of investment. So how much money you've actually invested into the business. Okay, and then you times that by 100. That gives you the answer in a percentage. Okay, now for example, an investor buys $1,000 worth of stocks and sells the shares 2 years later for $1,200. Okay, now he's invested $1,000, but then he's getting $1,200 later on after 2 years. Okay, now the profit here clearly is $200. Okay, so now your net profit is $200. You divide that by initial investment, $1,000. So $200 divided by 1,000 times 100. So that is 20% return on your investment. Okay, so you initially invested $1,000, but you got $200 as profit. So in your investment generated 20% return. That makes sense? Okay. Now, if you don't understand it, maybe watch this video, watch this slide again. Otherwise, you can ask me questions as well. Okay. Now, these are some of the examples for calculating ROI. Okay. Now, the marketing department spent a total of $1,000 on material costs and labor hours on a campaign. It generated $5,000 in profit for the year. What is the ROI? Okay. Now, this is your initial investment, $1,000, because you spent a total of $1,000 on material costs and labor hours on a campaign, and it generated $5,000 in profit. So your ROI will be 5,000 divided by 1,000 into 100, which is 500% return on investment. Okay. Now 1,000, again, you can see that they initially invested this money to purchase some materials and labor hours on campaign. Okay, they got $5,000 in profit. So 5,000 divided by 1,000 into 100 is 500% return on your investment. Okay. Now let's look at another example. A homeowner spent $30,000 to update their kitchen. If the homeowner had the home appraised just before and after the renovation and found the house gained $45,000 in value, what would mean the renovation yielded $15,000 in profit? What is the ROI? Now, if you forget about this at the moment, now initial investment was $30,000. Okay, what happened with that was the value was appraised to $45,000. Okay, which means a renovation yielded $15,000 in profit. So $15,000 is your profit, but your initial investment is $30,000. So your return on investment will be calculated $15,000 divided by $30,000 times 100, which is 50% return on your investment. Okay, it's not very hard, it's really easy. Now, risk assessment. Okay, it is a good idea to associate risk assessment with OH&S. So OH&S is occupational health and safety. Okay, now occupational health and safety is really important. It is important for every single business, and it is a legal requirement. Okay, when you're setting up a business, you need to make sure you are meeting the OH&S requirements. Even within a school or mountedly school, there is an OH&S committee who look after the occupational health and safety and remove any hazards that might be a hazard for any students or teachers and anyone in the at school. Okay, it is a legal requirement for every business to be able to have a OH&S committee. Okay, now OH&S involves the assessment of risks that may impact the health, safety or welfare of those in your workplace. Okay, now they need to do the risk assessment so there's no hazards in the workplace. Looking after the health, there's fresh air, there's air cons and heating units in the classrooms, and welfare of those in your workplace. Now anybody who is working in a workplace is included within OH&S requirements. Okay, it could be staff, customers, visitors, contractors, volunteers and suppliers. Okay, now if we look at a school scenario, it will be students, teachers, any teachers' aides, any contractors coming in, any visitors coming into school, any parents coming into school. So our school has to maintain that OH&S requirement. They need to be mindful of occupational health and safety. Okay, they need to look after, they look at different things. Every week the committee meets and see if there are any issues they need to address. Okay, now as a business owner, there are legal requirements that you must comply with to ensure your workplace meets OH&S obligations. So as I said, it is a legal requirement. Okay, benefits of OH&S. So there are heaps of benefits. The employees actually regard this as really important because it is going to help retain your staff. Okay, if the staff feels that the business is looking after them, they're more likely to stay in the business. Okay, it also maximizes employee productivity. Now how does that happen? For example, you have an employee, right? They're unable to work on the normal table and chair. Okay, so you need to make adjustments for them to be able to work properly. Okay, if the doctor says that they need a specific kind of chair, it is the requirement for the business to provide that chair to that staff. Okay, now when the business is looking after the staff, it is going to improve their productivity. Okay, minimize injury and illness in the workplace. So if you're looking at OH&S requirements, it is going to minimize injury because you'll be removing all the hazards, looking after your staff. Okay, and illness in the workplace. Reduce the cost of injury and workers' compensation. Okay, now if you're looking at OH&S again, it is going to reduce the cost of injury and workers' compensation because you're regularly updating the hazards. Okay, ensure you meet your legal obligation and employee responsibilities. Okay, now business owner responsibilities. So as a business owner, you do have some responsibilities for your staff and anyone who's working for your business. Provide safe working premises. So again, self-explanatory, you need to provide the safe working environment. Assess risk and implement appropriate measures for controlling them. Okay, again, as I said, in our school, the committee meets every week to see if there are any risks, if they need to do anything to make it better. Okay, ensure safe use and handling of goods and substances. Okay, provide and maintain safe machinery and materials. Okay, so your machinery and materials should not be faulty because if they're faulty, they're going to affect the staff. They're likely to be more accidents in the workplace. So it is your responsibility to provide them safe machinery and materials. assess workplace layout and provide safe systems of work. Okay, so your layout should be in a way that it is safe for your employees to move around. Okay, so there shouldn't be many hazards, so one desk here, one desk there. It should be properly laid out for staff to be able to move around and have enough space to work in. And provide safe systems of work. Provide a suitable working environment and facilities. Again, the same deal. Have insurance and workers' compensation insurance for your employees. Okay. Now this is again a legal requirement, so you have to have insurance and workers' compensation insurance for your employees. Okay. Now when you have employees, you're going to pay them, and you're also going to deduct tax, which is and you have to have a super account for them as well. So you need to be depositing some money into their super account, and they have insurance as a part of the super account as well. Okay, workers' compensation insurance for your employees. Now, you know some things about return on investment and risk assessment. So what you need to do is predict and return on investment for your business venture. So pretend that you are into a business, the business pitch that you're currently doing. Look at how your business is going to have a return on investment, and complete a risk assessment for your business venture as well. Okay, so this is your task for the rest of the sessions today. Have a good day. Bye bye.